In the small town of Willow Creek, there lived a humble farmer named Daniel. He was known far and wide for his kindness and deep faith in God. Every morning, Daniel would kneel by his bed and pray, thanking God for the blessings of his family, his farm, and his health. One summer, disaster struck. A fierce storm tore through the town, destroying homes, crops, and livestock. Daniel's barn collapsed, killing all his animals, and his fields were flooded. The very next day, his house caught fire due to a lightning strike, and he and his family were left with nothing but the clothes on their backs. To make matters worse, Daniel fell ill with a strange, painful rash that covered his entire body. He couldn't work, and his family struggled to find food. His friends came to visit, but instead of comforting him, they began to question him. "Daniel," one said, "you must have done something wrong for God to punish you like this." Another added, "Why don't you just curse God and give up? Clearly, He has abandoned you." But Daniel shook his head. "I will never curse God," he said. "The Lord gives, and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." His wife, Sarah, wept. "How can you still believe, Daniel? Look at all we've lost. How can God be good in the middle of all this?" Daniel took her hand gently. "God's goodness doesn't depend on my circumstances," he said. "I don't understand why this is happening, but I trust that He has a purpose. We must hold on to our faith." Days turned into weeks. The townspeople watched, amazed, as Daniel continued to pray and give thanks, even in his suffering. Slowly, things began to change. A neighboring farmer, inspired by Daniel's faith, brought seeds to replant his fields. The church community raised money to rebuild his home, and one day, as suddenly as it had come, Daniel's illness disappeared. In time, Daniel's farm flourished again, even more than before. He and Sarah had more children, and their family was blessed beyond measure. But more than that, Daniel's unwavering faith had touched the hearts of everyone in Willow Creek, reminding them of the power of trust in God, even in the hardest of times.